Today is Monday in the week that we're going to be reading the Shabbat, Matot, and Mas'eh, two parashiot. The first parasha, Matot, opens with the subject of Nidarim, of vows, pledges, commitments that a person makes, oaths that a person takes. And it makes a statement in the parasha, in the beginning of the parasha, Lo yachel devaro kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh, that a person should not make his word profane, should not profane his word, should not violate his word. Kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh, everything that comes out of his mouth he should do. Now, a person, anyone could think that it's something that we could on our own realize that when a person makes a commitment, it's a good idea to keep his commitment. You make an appointment to meet someone at a certain time. You show up at the time that you're supposed to meet him. You commit to pay someone by a certain date. That it just would make sense that you would carry out what you said you would do and fulfill your commitment. But the Torah gives it to us as a mitzvah, as one of the 613 mitzvot, that it is something that is very important to fulfill a commitment once made. A person could make a pledge to a synagogue or to a Torah institution. It is very important that he fulfills the pledge that he made and that he should do it as promptly and as quickly as possible. Actually, Chachamim speak about the risk to his family, to his children, chas v'shalom, heaven forbid, when a person doesn't fulfill the vows and the commitments that he makes. But the pasuk, the way it reads, Lo yachel devaro, he should not make his word profane. Kechol hayotze mipiv ya'aseh, like what comes out from his mouth he should do, could be understood also in another aspect, in a different way. And Hachamim explained to us, Lo yachel devaro, he should not profane his word, his mouth. Why? So that Hashem, so that Hashem will fulfill whatever comes out from his mouth. In other words, a person prays for panasa, a person prays for good health, a person prays for many things that we ask Hashem for. You want Hashem to listen to you and to hear what you say and to fulfill what you say. Then don't profane your words. Fulfill yourself your commitments. And when you make a pledge, when you make a vow, carry out what you say you're going to do it, and do it promptly, so that midah can again midah, measure for measure, Hashem will also listen to you when you make requests from Him. That's why, by the way, when we go to a tzaddik, to a righteous person, and we ask for a beracha, his beracha has so much weight, because he's very careful with what comes out from his mouth. When he says something he's going to do, he does it. And he does it promptly. There is a great, great merit when a person makes a pledge to a synagogue to pay it as soon as possible. There are people who come the next day and bring a check. They make sure not time lapses. And it makes sense, but it's a mitzvah to do it that way, to do it promptly, as quickly as a person does that. And that is the reason, by the way, when we start the prayer of Kippur, a day that is all involved in prayer, when we all ask Hashem to forgive us for any sins, when we have requests from Him to bless us for a year that will be with many good things, the first prayer that we do is Kol Nidre. What is Kol Nidre? Is we want to make sure that if there was any vow that we did not fulfill, that it should be voided, it should be annulled, because the Torah gave us also in this pasuk, Lo yachel devaro, he cannot make his word profane, he cannot annul his words, but others can. That's why the three people stand up there, just like when we do Hatarat Nedarim, we cancel the vows when having three people listen to the statement of somebody that he made vows and annulling it for them, so that the Kol Nidre prayer, before we start the day that is all filled with prayer, we want to make sure that if we were at fault with any neder that we didn't fulfill, that we make a kind of a decision by a court of three people that are standing there, that are canceling the vows of anyone that was present there, And to understand that this was being done in that prayer before we use our mouthpiece to pray to Hashem on the holy day of Kippur, we want to make sure to clean any lack of fulfillment of any neder or any commitment to any vow. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.